Well, it's that time of year again, BBC time of the year. That time of year when members from all around Australia gather to challenge themselves at the noble game of golf. This year, no Elo, JCat or Tonza, the defending champion, no less. So that does provide us with the awkward problem of who's going to hand me the BBC jacket at the end of this week. But let's not get caught up on the minor details at this stage. There have been some would-be impersonators throwing out some outlandish predictions already this week, so you might as well forget about them. Here comes the best and most accurate predictions, the 2017 BBC predictions. And the wooden spoon for 2017 will go to Rolly. Currently 4 kegs heavy and as fit as a walrus with gout. He will pick up where he left off last year, where he won the wooden spoon by no less than 34 shots. GolfLink says his handicap is 11.3. Really? Fucking wake up, GolfLink, you're drunk. You only have to look as far as his last game to see why Roll is a dead set certainty for the wooden spoon. Flum chips, duffed wedges into the trees, and an air swing, no less. The most excited he'll get this week is in the back of Martini's car reading the Stick magazines on the way down to the coast. So back-to-back spoons for Rolly, and we should all just be thankful that he's turning up so that we don't have to worry about taking home the spoon. So thank you, Rolly. In 8th place this year goes to Sticky Date. A handicap of 10, which is a bit short for my liking based on the very limited golf this year. Only 3 rounds according to GolfLink. So clearly old man Caulfield has him working like a dog. If he suffers from hay fever, then he's in trouble because there'll be a fucking shitload of dust on those golf clubs. A beautiful golf swing, so could easily have the nickname the Big Easy. However, with only 1 round win to his belt in the previous 6 years, and despite Shot Tracer saying he's hitting his driver mint, I can't see him being anywhere near the last group on Sunday when the whips are cracking. Rounding out the last group and 7th spot this year is Rosie. Finished 2nd last year, so that was pretty good. But that was on the CQ tracks, so that form line counts for jack shit. A solid 11 points today on the front 9 at Bits, so that is evidence of where his game's at as far as I'm concerned. I do like the lead up at Royal Pines, good track. However, I've played with Rosie 3 or 4 times this year in southeast Queensland, and on every occasion he's played like a mongrel dog. His performances were best summed up by this quote at North Lakes, really. So I'm hitting it right today. That's all right, so I can just allow for that. How about you try hitting the cunt straight with conviction? Dear oh dear. He's been swapping jabs with Big Daddy all year on the WeChat, so that's been pretty good. But ultimately, I think Big Daddy will get the last laugh this week. So Rosie's chances probably best summed up with one word. Rightio, into the second group we go, and in 6th spot this year is Martini, another former winner, the 2015 champion, rising from the canvas that year to win. A genuine A-grader with a handicap of 6.2, the handicap that the majority of this field could probably only jerk off to. Beautiful lead up at Calliope recently, breaking par. I'm pretty jealous of that. I've played that track about fucking 50 times and don't think I've done it once. I just can't have him finishing any further up the rankings. Has to give away a shitload of shots to everyone. And how will he cope with his first boys trip away now that he has a little baby at home? So too many questions and not enough answers for my liking. Also has been in fucking tremendous form on WeChat, ripping Big Daddy to shred on just about everything he's posted this year. So, mate, it's fucking good. Keep that up too. Rightio, coming in 5th spot this year is Pedo. I got Pedo in 5th. If you look at his GolfLink and his last 2 years in the BBC, it's an absolute horror story. GolfLink hasn't uploaded today's round, so at this stage it's a massive 111 shots off the back tee, so stand up and raise that bat, Pedo. That said, he could probably easily shoot 100 to 105 every day and still win the comp, which is frightening to think about it. So he's probably the one to beat stepping onto the first tee until otherwise. So showing a bit of respect here for a former champion, and a 44 on the front 9 at Darwin today adds to that. And like I said, when your handicap's 26 plus every day, That's not too bad. However, ultimately I'm banking on the pedo of 2015 and 16 showing up, hence why he's in midfield. Plus the Storm have won this year. He's got Tuscarora braining him up there in Darwin, so mate, fucking stop being a greedy cunt and let someone else have a win, eh? Rounding out the second last group and fourth spot this year is Beaver. We've got Beaver, the newest member of the group, brings many qualities to the table this year, not less the 4 exquisitely prepared meals I'm looking forward to. Comes from good pedigree after being sired by the 2-time champion Gnome. Clearly has a lot of time on his hand. GolfLink says he's played 20 plus games from Anzac Day alone, and has impressively dropped his handicap from 21 to 15 in that time. So he's going good. Once again, I've had a couple of games with him this year. Seems to be either rocks or diamonds for Beaver's game. Absolutely wears his heart on his sleeve. I love to see that. Reminds me of a very young Darren Ellison in his prime. In summary though, a B-grade golfer at best, capable of an A-grade dummy spit. Gnome says Beaver can't beat him over 4 days, but I suspect Beaver will have no problem beating himself if he can roll his stick magazines and take a nice long shower. Welcome to the BBC, Beaver. So there's only 3 left, and into the final group we come. And in third spot, I've got Gnome. Plenty of respect for the Gnome. Love the Gnome. 2-time champion, battle hardened on the golf course and on social front for many years now. Had the win for all money at North Lakes recently until a disastrous back 9, so he'll need to shake those bad memories from his game. Should be ready to go for round 1 though, especially once he gets one away for good luck from Ricky Dottler the night before. Secretly, he's probably also rooting home Beaver so that the Bank of Gnome can get reimbursed for that week's expenses. But on his own golf game, the Gnome comes in beautifully once the handicap and the slopes are taken into account. So he'll be there repping Southeast Queensland on the final day. Runner-up for the 2017 BBC is Big Daddy. Big Daddy. His grinder profile goes something like this. My name is Big Daddy and I like long walks in the deep rough. If you want a lesson in handicap management, look no further than Big Daddy this year, struggling to maintain an A-grade handicap at bits, and then he comes out at North Lakes and shoots 1 under on the back 9, when we aren't getting handicapped, of course. Good work. As such, comes in with a ridiculous handicap once the slope's factored in, and dead set, if you can't win the BBC this year, you might as well take up lawn bowls. Yeah, fuck, mate, come on, 10th year. To be honest, I found it hard to split Gnome and Big Daddy, but the extra 8 shots of Big Daddy just tipped the scales in his favour. According to Jodie, she says you're very good at coming second, so ultimately I think it might be a case of deja vu for you. So that just leaves one top fella left, and your BBC champion is Youngie. Ummed and armed about this spot, ultimately. Had myself penned in for this a long time ago. Then I saw the slope, those handicap slopes, and my golfing soul died a little. But 16 shots to Gnome and 24 to Big Daddy, it's fucking going to take some good golf to do it. But you know what? Fuck you cunts. I won the BBC in year 1 and I'm going to win it again in year 10. If the only shanks I see this week are on the dinner plate, then yous are all playing for second. The trophy and the poker trophy, I'll win that fucking thing too. Mate, they'll be available at Banyo all year round for you guys to come and have a look at it. There you go. 2017 predictions done. Over and out. Go Youngie.